This despicable immigration officer not only took all of the female immigrants' money but also tried to harass her. Just moments ago, Jim was cornered in the lounge after Officer Pete spotted a stack of cash in his bag. Now he's sitting there, restless and anxious. He noticed someone slipping cash into Officer Tom's water cup, and just like that, they were allowed entry. Jim walked over and quietly asked Tom if money could really buy his way through. To his shock, Tom demanded $50 on the spot. Jim explained that it was all the money he had, handing it over would leave him homeless. But in an instant, Tom shoved him back into his seat. Jim looked down at a photo of his daughter on his wallet, then pulled out his last $5, lost in thought. Suddenly, Pete showed up and walked straight toward Ellie in the corner. He asked if she'd decided to pay up. Ellie insisted she didn't have that much money and begged him to let her go. Instead, Pete placed a hand on her thigh and whispered in her ear, "If you can't pay with money, you can pay another way." He then forced Ellie to her feet. Jim could only watch as the two disappeared through the immigration gate. Worried for Ellie's safety, Jim quietly slipped a bill to Tom and asked to be taken to the restroom. Once he made it past the gate, he saw Pete leading Ellie into a private room. Jim created a distraction by catching John's attention, then slipped away. Meanwhile, inside the room, Pete found a stack of cash in Ellie's bag. Furious that she'd lied about having no money, he started closing in on her, tearing at her clothes, intent on assaulting her. Just then, Jim appeared behind Pete, recording the entire scene on his phone as evidence. But just as he thought he'd gained the upper hand, Tom smashed a fire extinguisher into Jim's head. Jim collapsed, knocked unconscious. Tom stomped on the phone, shattering it. As the two officers began searching Jim's body for money, Ellie stepped forward, flashing her police badge. She was an undercover officer, and the operation was over.